Hey there. So, somebody told me today they love my shiny hair. And I'm like, well, it's a wig. Um, so, and it's interesting because look at that. See, that's my hair poking out. So, see, this is why wigs are good when they hang down, but if the wind was to blow, things would be seen. So, that's why it's getting a little harder to wear wigs, because how do you cover that up exactly? So, but we'll see what happens. I was actually laughing at myself because I bought this today, and in case you don't know what that means, and it has something to do with actually hair, not up here, but for a while I haven't had to worry about that. As a matter of fact, when you're undergoing chemo treatment, they don't want you to actually shave. I think that's because of a risk of bleeding or something. I never actually asked, but when you're losing your hair, you lose it all over the place, which includes the more personal places. Which somebody had asked about that. So you don't really have to worry about that kind of thing. So I'm back to having to think about that. So I guess it's another landmark day. So I was going to write about this, but I guess since I'm doing a video, and I'm wondering how I got the dishwasher running over there, so maybe this wasn't the best place or time to be doing this, so it'd be interesting to see if there's white noise or if you hear it or what. But I was going to do a blog entry on losing out on stuff, and I hate to put it that way, but it's kind of what's happening. I was going to do some networking last night, and I was this way, that way about going, and then I finally decided I was going to go, and I went to register, and I wasn't able to. There was some other stuff recently too, as it is. As I'm thinking about it, I can't actually think of what those things were, but there were some other things recently that I kind of lost out on. Oh, well, I didn't lose out on this, but I needed to get my post office box renewed, and with everything that's been going on, I forgot. So I actually had to pay extra because it went over the date. So, I didn't lose out anything per se. I could have lost the box, which wouldn't have been the worst thing, but I wound up losing extra money because I had to pay to keep the box. So I'm having more of these things happen, which is not good. And I'm trying to figure out yeah. It's frustrating. Can you tell? And I'm not really sure what actually to do about it. I have a list of people and things to do. I was going to go to networking this morning and just purely just be there and not really get more names, get more numbers, get more cards. And it didn't work quite like that. There's a number of people I've talked to about doing guest blogs, which I'm hoping that they will, because I think that they have some perspective that would be awesome if they wanted to add that. And if you're interested in doing a guest blog, I welcome that too. And I don't know how to say this. I don't want it to sound bad or anything, but the less I have to be involved with the guest blog, the better. So if there's something you would like to create, I welcome you to write it, and then just submit it. Basically, I just want perspective for people. Perspective as a person who's gone through cancer, a person who's gone through chemo, a person who's dealt with someone who's had cancer or chemo. It doesn't even have to be cancer related, actually, if it's something you think would be helpful for people. I was talking with someone today, and she might do something, and she might talk about a friend and talk about some stuff. And I basically told her at the end she could put a little something about her business. And I feel kind of funny saying that because I don't want to take away anything from what's being offered, and I don't want it to seem salesy or anything. And that's certainly not the intention, but I like the idea of, you know, these situations where you get to win, I get to win, and the person who gets to benefit gets to win. You know, if somebody gives me something and they don't say what they do, somebody who could take advantage of what they have to offer wouldn't actually have it because they wouldn't know about it. So I'm so sensitive to these things, and I hate it. I hate it, but I guess it's a good thing. If I'm sensitive to it, then hopefully I will do it the right way, and it'll be taken the right way. I mean, we've become so sensitized, or at least I have, to the whole selling game that I think it ruins a lot of stuff. You know, I mean, I really like being able to help other people get stuff and get people to know about them. And a lot of it just makes sense. It's when I think people start using it as almost sales trickery that it starts to make less sense, perhaps, and people are more sensitive. So if you happen to see this video, if you ever happen to see somebody who writes and gives us, you know, their little piece about what they do, you know, please take the value in what they've said, you know, and then if they can help you with something, you know, approach them. If they can't, then just, you know, take what you can from what they write. Okay, so I went off on a tangent there. Trying to think what else. I know I'm overwhelmed. Last night I actually was just sitting there and I fell asleep. I put something on Facebook and said tired doesn't even begin to describe how I feel, because I actually woke up at one point and was still kind of out of it. So I'm still getting hit with these waves of tiredness that just really suck. One other thing I'll mention, because I know not everybody watches every video of mine, is that I'm going to be doing a talk at an expo next month, 16th and 17th. It's a Saturday and a Sunday, whatever those dates are. My talk is actually going to be on Saturday. And I'm probably going to be around the whole day, because I might get a table. And I will probably do another video to speak more about that, just more specifically. My head's spinning. Spin, 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 spin. Can you see the wheels? Maybe they're back here somewhere. My face isn't translucent, so I guess you can't really see them, perhaps, unless you can see through me. And if you can, I really do want to talk to you, because I'd like to know what's going on up here. So, haha. So, I guess the other thing I'll just say is I did a green drink today where I actually threw some raw spinach in, which I've never done before. I've done green juicing, but I've never actually had it where I never strained out anything. And it was just, you know, a bunch of spinach leaves. And I have to say, couldn't even tell that there was spinach in it. So if anybody is even contemplating it, I know you might think, depending on what your perspective is, you might think yuck. But even if you don't like spinach, it's healthy, and you can't even tell. So, all right. I'm not going to keep umming and keeping you here. So I guess I will wish you well. And wish me well, please, because I'm trying to work everything out, and hopefully things are starting to come together in my head. And thankfully I am starting to be able to think more cohesively. Yay. Even though it's still challenging. So I will wish you well, and I wish you a great day, and I will hopefully talk to you soon.